Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Social Mojo Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Anthony Porter. Listen, today we are about to dive deep into a topic that is fundamental to the success of each and every business globally. Now, for a lot of people who might be new, this could be your pathway to learn what we are going to discuss. For those who are veterans at this game, this could be the reason why you are not doing as well as you think you're doing. So today we are going to identify your ideal customer. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to figure out how we find the ideal customer for your business. And I'm telling you, this could be the game changer that unlocks all the success that you as a podcast host, or as you as a business owner, or as you as a service provider are looking for. So now, the question that I want to ask you, have you ever felt like you're shouting your message? You on stage, you anywhere you want to be, shouting your message into a giant crater, a void, and all you hearing is echoes. Like, have you ever felt like you've poured your heart and your soul into your product or your service, only to feel like the sales are not taking off? If this is you, then you're in the right place. If you are new, you haven't experienced this yet, you're still in the right place. You know why? Because you are in the 1% that is going to shut down all of the guesswork before you even get started. See, the truth is, for those who have been doing this and have literally shouted their message across the world, across the globe, across the internet, and you feel like you're not doing what you need to do, guess what? You cast your net a bit too wide. Now imagine if instead of you sitting here shouting and not getting what you feel like you deserve, imagine you had a crystal clear picture. You know how nowadays with your smartphones, you can sit here and you can take a picture and it just looks immaculate. Even if you might not even have to edit it and it still looks immaculate. Well, imagine you can find that perfect customer the same way. Excuse me. Now, who in their right mind wouldn't want to do that? Who? Like, who in their right mind wouldn't want to do that? So you have to understand, with your struggles and with their deepest desires, you can mesh everything together. You can put this together in one simple fail swoop motion. That's the power of defining your ideal customer. It allows you to get laser focused on who you're marketing, creating offers, resonating to deeply, and ultimately, when I say deeply, I mean deeply showing value, giving value to these particular customers, but also ultimately unlocking explosive growth for your business. So but this is one of the first things you got to do. See, I have a system where I put together, it's a 3-part system with 9 intricate parts. And one of the first parts is identifying who I'm selling to. I need to know exactly who I'm going to sell to. And I'm creating this ideal customer remotely based off of information that I have researched and obtained. So whether you are a seasoned entrepreneur, and like I said, you've been here for a while, you've been shouting this message, or you starting out green, evergreen, raw, this episode is definitely for you. It makes no difference. We will break down some of the most intricate steps for you and you only, and what you would need to take to uncover your ideal customer and transform your business into a magnet for the right people. If you with that, here's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a piece of paper, you're gonna need a pen. Tell your wife and kids, we locking down for a few minutes. If you're on your way to work, you should already have this downloaded. If you at work and you're trying to watch it on YouTube, you should have it downloaded, subscribe to the channel. Because that way you can go back. And if you feel like you missed something, you can go back and you can hear it or see it. And make sure that you take these actionable steps. So with that being said, we're about to jump into finding your ideal customer and unlocking your growth potential. Let's get to it.
Welcome to the Social Mojo Podcast, the place where entrepreneurs and creatives come to discover the secrets behind building a powerful, engaging brand without spending a fortune. Let's meet the host, Mr. Anthony Porter, your guide on this journey to harness the power of organic social media. In each episode, we dive deep into the strategies that work, sharing insights, actionable tips, and success stories from experts and trailblazers who've done it all. From planning your content with precision, growing your audience authentically, to monetizing your passion effectively, we've got you covered. So, whether you're just starting out or looking to elevate your social media game.
All right, so let's jump into this, man. Let's jump right into it. Why is defining your ideal customer so critical? Think about it this way. Let's think about it this way. The more you understand about a specific person you're trying to serve, the better you can tailor your message and your offers to the exact needs. It's like dating. The more you know about a specific person, the better your dates will go. You can start out on, well, we hope you ain't starting out on Tinder, but you can start out on some of your most intricate dating apps. You starting out raw, you start dating, going out a couple times, and then all of a sudden everything starts going really well, and you're starting to pique each other's interest, and then the next thing you know, boom, a year or two later, you walking down the aisle happily ever after. You have to look at things outside of the box. See, the knowledge that I give you, or the knowledge that I'm sharing with you, it's not about thinking about it as I'm sharing it. You have to think outside the box. Like, take some of the knowledge and put it into perspective. Take some of the knowledge and put it into how you feel. And maybe, just so maybe, you will finally get to the point where you understand what's truly being, given to you. So I just gave you the analogy of how it looks. The first part was, how do we define? But as I told you, you have to use it as if you're dating, because the better you know a person, the better off you will be. And it's easier for you to either work with, serve them, be with, all of that. So defining your ideal customer is like a happy date. Or we'll take it like this. Defining your ideal customer is like, on a happy day, you go into a happy dinner that has been recommended. You're getting specifics. You're targeting the right taste buds, and you're setting yourself up for success. So imagine you got your date down pat. Now it's all about, listen, you got the person. Now you got to figure out where you're going to go eat at. So y'all start going back and forth. And once y'all start going back and forth, you basically have piqued the interest. You might like Italian. They might like Chinese. You might like barbecue. They might like barbecue. You might like Greek food. They might like Greek food too. Also, we'll agree. So this day we're going to try Mexican. You like Mexican? I like Mexican. Let's try Mexican. Okay. So what do you like? You see what I'm saying? So you basically trying to whittle down. That makes a perfect date. You don't want to be the person to say, I only like McDonald's. Can we go to White Castle? Nah, I want McDonald's. Can we go to Burger King? Nope, I want McDonald's. So targeting your taste buds is just like targeting your audience. All right. You want to know exactly what these folk like, how these folk are, and possibly where these folk are chilling at. So in the world of business, this translates to sharper marketing for you. So no more wasting resources or making irrelevant ads. You know exactly where to find your ideal customer and how to speak directly to their needs. Now, enhance sales efficiency, effectiveness. You're not pitching to everyone and they mangy little pups. We love the pups, but we're not pitching to them. You are crafting a compelling conversation strictly directed exactly towards the person who you want to purchase your product or your service. And by doing this, it can increase your conversion rates. So you have to make sure that everything is pretty much set up for you to understand your ideal customer's pain points so well. And I mean, like, you have to understand, it's to the point where, like, you know how after you start dating and let's say you sitting at home watching the game and by this time you're on 6 months and, hey, sweetheart, would you like to, you want me to grab something to eat while I'm going to Target? Sure. Anything specific, whatever you want to give back. You got to the point where you know exactly what the person likes. So there's no going back and forth. I'm thinking about getting Mediterranean. Oh, that's cool. Go to Shabazz. By the way, Shabazz is a Mediterranean spot here in Louisville, and they're not paying me for that. I just love going there. So it's you start to develop, you know the pain points. They might like certain things. You like something else. You can either combine, compromise, or you figure out what they like to make everything go smooth. So the happier the customer, the loyal the customer. If that makes sense to you. All right, so the happier the customer, the loyal the customer. Now, why are we identifying the ideal customer? Why are we defining the ideal customer? As promised, I told you we're going to give you the nuts and bolts. So as promised, we're getting down to the nitty gritty of identifying your ideal customer. But before we get down to the detective work, let's talk about why there is such a vital step why this is such a vital step for our business. Why? Why is it such a vital step for our business? All right, imagine this. You spent countless hours crafting the perfect product or service. You spent 6 months developing a course to gather lead generations for your business. Nobody buys. You feel like it's the most amazing game changer in the world. You got the graphics, the workbooks, all of the quizzes, everything that you could possibly have, and ain't a damn soul bought it. Nobody's come to it. Well, it's hard for me to sit here and tell you to craft an offer for a real estate agent when you determine that your business that you were starting was targeting hairdressers. You can't sell a course on plumbing. You can't sell a course on how to sell houses to a hairdresser. They might be in the market, and I'm not saying they won't buy it. What I'm saying is they might be in the market to figure out how to monetize and scale their hairdresser business. But when those crickets come, marketing feels like you have taken a shot in the dark and you have nowhere else to go. Sales conversion stalls and the frustration starts to set in. Now you big man. You big man right now. All right, because ain't nobody paying attention to you. Listen, you can only sell to your friends and family once. I'll tell you that off the top. You don't sell to them once. All right. So this might sound familiar to some. For you who are new, I hope you're paying attention because the culprit could be back to lack of clarity on who your ideal customer actually is. So think about this. It's like casting a fishing net without knowing the fish or where the fish are swimming. So you can't go down to the river or the lake and cast in the shallowest water when you go over here thinking, I'm gonna be the smart one. I'm gonna cast my net over here. Ain't nobody over here. There's a reason nobody's over there. All the fish are over here to your left. You at the lake on the right side, the fish over on the left side. And all your buddies that went to the left, but you over here on the right trying to be the big fish. The big, I'm gonna do this my way. Mm-hmm. Guess what happened? They showed up, showed out. So they over here catching all the fish. You ain't caught Jack, and we ain't talking about Jack Whiting either. You ain't caught a fish. So once you figure this out, here's the magic that happened when you define your ideal customer. Your marketing becomes laser focused. No more wasting precious resources or on generic ads that reach everyone and no one. Let me help you out with that. You will not be creating ads that targets everyone, but it's not reaching no one that you truly designed your course for. You know exactly where your ideal customer hangs out at, online, offline, allowing you to target your message directly to their laser precision to them. Your sales conversions that convert. Forget the generic sales pitch. Identifying your ideal customer follows and allows you to understand their specific needs, challenges, and aspirations. You can then start crafting a compelling conversation that genuinely resonates and closes more deals. So you're taking the guesswork out of it. All right. So once you start taking the guesswork out of it, it makes it a whole lot easier. You know, for the longest, a lot of people didn't understand what Kobe was talking about. What Kobe would tell you, man, listen to her. I'm in the gym. Everybody else is going out. Why was he in the gym so much? Because he was trying to identify himself as the best basketball player in America. Now, the argument has been Michael, the greatest. Kobe was, to me, I'm not a Kobe fan, but Kobe to me was up there. But nobody ever wanted to seem to give Kobe his just due. But when you sit back and you think about it, the man put in the work. He identified his weaknesses. He identified what he needed to do to get there. Take and identify who you want to sell to, where they are, how. Listen, we're not finished. I hope you're writing this stuff down. I'm telling you, the product and service that they love. So what you truly understand your ideal customers' pain points are, you should develop an offering that serves their problem to perfection. So if you have a customer that is trying to generate leads and they can't generate over 3 leads a day or 3 leads a week, you need to figure out why. So you need to craft something that helps them generate leads 3 to 5 times a day. And that's just an example. I'm not saying you're going to do it, but we're giving you an example. All right. And this leads the product market to fit and make all your people happy. Loyal customers, man, come on. You know those saying, happy life, happy wife. Happy wife, happy life. Hey, happy customers, loyal customers. Loyal customers, fat pockets. That's what the word is based off of, right? Okay, I'm just making sure. Bottom line is, to find the ideal customer is like having a secret decoder ring for your business. It unlocks the door. It makes everything in your marketing effective. It impacts your sales, your conversations, and ultimately explosive growth. Now, as we go get ready for the next segment, I want you to think about that. You have to really think about it. Did he just basically tell me that business is like life? Oh, I sure did. Did he basically tell me the business is like dated? I sure did. Because it is. If you think otherwise, you're going to have a slow growth. So think about that. Get ready for segment number 2. We're going to come back. When we come back, we're going to get into more into the identifying, more of identifying, digging deep, becoming that CSI detective and identify your ideal customer. Y'all get ready to come on back now. You heard me? All right, y'all, we back. We are back from segment number 1 and going into segment number 2. Remember, segment number 1, we broke down the definition of what and why we needed to define our ideal customer. Now we're going to dig into it, and we are going to start peeling back the layers in this mystery that we call identifying your ideal customer. So we established that why identifying your ideal customer is a game changer. Now let's get down to the fun part, the investigation. Consider yourself as an ideal customer detective. So if you sit back and you watch your favorite TV shows that come on Tuesday nights, like FBI, NCIS, remember NCIS Los Angeles? Remember, or I ain't gonna say remember, you watch Equalizer. All of these shows have one thing in common. In the beginning, the plot starts out, somebody gets either kidnapped or murdered. It's your job. You sitting on the couch, it's your job to identify who done it. You're helping them. And if they can hear you on the TV, you figured it out 3-4 segments ago. But it's your job to identify who your ideal customer is. So consider yourself the ideal detective, the ideal customer detective, sorry. As we are about to get this case cracked wide open like an egg going on French toast. There are 2 key steps to uncovering your ideal customer. First, we need to get something internal. So now we got to figure out what's going on. So reflect on your existing customers. Look at your existing customers. If you're new, get your paper out. Make sure your paper's out, because this is where you got to write this stuff down. This is it. All right. We're going to, this is the gold mine. This is that nugget. This is that, you know how everybody says they have a secret to it. This is the platinum playbook in full effect. All right. We in full effect with the playbook. So here it goes. In order for you to find out who you want to purchase from, you need to reflect on your existing customers? No. You need to get to these key metrics, all right? So the one thing you need to do is you need to have the demographics, their purchase history, and their motivations. Demographics, in a nutshell, their age, location, income, and profession. This paints a picture, the basic picture of who you are currently attracting. All right. Knowing these are the past customers. So you new people, just hold tight for a second. I got to you. I'm gonna get to you. So knowing exactly what your customers are buying and where they're buying from. Are there any patterns or trends? So you're looking at people who are already in business. You're looking at what they purchase, where they purchase from, looking to see if there's a trend. Most people you can find a trend because most of us either purchase from Amazon or that one app that done got on my nerves. Too many. This can tell you a lot about the specific needs and their preferences. You understand what I'm saying? So please believe me. You got Amazon shoppers and Tumi shoppers, and I'm not trying. I shop at Tumi and I shop at Amazon, but Tumi got on my nerves because they. Let me tell you, these folk. Oh Lord, these folk text you 45 times a day. Back in stock, out of stock. Your cart is empty. Your cart is full. Hey, here's a deal. Listen here, if I ain't bought it yet, I'm not buying it right now. It's in the cart for a reason. It's my account, right? No, I'm just playing. So and what motivates them. So listen, here's what you need to figure out. What motivated these folk to do this? So why did they choose you? What problems were they trying to solve? You're conducting these customer interviews or surveys to gather this intel firsthand. So you're trying to find out some things. So if you don't have customers as of yet and you're working on this, you have to paint a vivid picture of who you want to work with. Not who you're working with, but who you want to work with. So that's where the first part came in. Now, if you was listening, that's great because now you've gathered the intel. It's time to build the profile. So if you gathered the intel or you was listening, remember, if I told you to stop, I apologize. But you can always go back, gather the information, listen to the information, because now you're going to craft the perfect profile. So the demographics, hey, you need to know the age, location, income preference, and these are the terms of the first steps of the demographics. Now, psychographics, this goes beyond. What are their values, their interests, lifestyle, and personal traits? Yes, you want to know what they value most. What are they interested in? Their lifestyle. Do they go clubbing all the time? Are they churchgoers? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Pain points. What specific problems are they facing? How does this product or service provide a solution? What are you doing to provide a solution? And then goals and aspirations. So now you have to understand this. What are you hoping to achieve, and how can they learn, or how can your offer help them get to that point? We're trying to eliminate the pain. We need to get to that point. By building this profile, you gain a crystal clear understanding of the person you are trying to serve. This becomes the foundation for all your marketing and sales and your product development decisions. Remember, the ideal customer is a living, breathing person, not just a statistic. You understand that? So, no more human and relatable. They're more human, They're more human and relatable than you ever thought. So the better you predict your profile, the better off you're going to be. So you understand where I just went with that, right? The more you know about a person, the better off you're going to be. Remember, I said the wider you cast your net, the less you're going to come back. The smaller you cast your net, the better results you're going to have. So in the next segment, we're going to discuss how to find your ideal customer's natural habitat, those online and offline situations, the spaces where they are congregated at. Hey, I'm telling you, stay tuned because the detective work is just getting started. I'm going to see you on the next segment. All right. Segment 3. Where they hang at? We about to unearth where your ideal customer is kicking it. Where they hang at. What's their habitat? Where they chilling at? All right. So as detectives, it's their time. Now, we have a detailed sketch. Sketch artist. Whoop. Make sure you got one. That's your ideal customer. Now that we have a detailed sketch of our ideal customer, it's time to locate them in their wild. Locate them in their area. Like any good detective, we need to identify their natural habitat, whether it's online or offline. So, here's how they spend their spare time. Imagine this. You wouldn't try to find a mountain climber on the beach resort, would you? No. Same goes for your ideal customer. Understanding whether they prefer to be online or offline, whether they prefer to be with their online communities or whether they prefer to be chilling on the beach or hanging at the cigar bar, at the hookah spot. All of this determines how and where they like to chill at, right? So let's not overthink anything. Let's think about online. Where does your ideal customer spend their time online? Are they active on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Facebook groups, industry forums, Instagram, all of this? Do they frequent certain websites or blogs relevant to their interests? So, if they're small based business consultants, are they in these forums? Um, are they on Facebook groups about consultants? Marketplaces, LinkedIn spots, all of that. You have to know where they hanging at. So you have to tap in to their resources and figure out, okay, I'm trying to serve consultants at this particular point in time. Oh, real estate agents. I need to see if I can find a group on Facebook that allows me to get in there and not be spammy, but get in there and just, interact. Because see, when you interact, that makes it easier for you. You feel me? And then consider offline too. So, do they go to network events, conferences, workshops related to the ideal customers? That could be the goal, man. You could find people there. These events offer a chance to connect face to face and build real relationships. So, look for the conferences and try to get in. Once you figure out where they're hanging at, now it's time for you to get in where you fit in. So, here are some of the tools that you might need in your search. All right. So social media listing tools. These tools allow you to track conversations happening online around specific keywords or hashtags relevant to the ideal customer. Industry publications and websites. Many industries have specific publications or websites that your ideal customer frequents for news and information. Remember, this is a key specific. All right. Don't waste time trying to figure everyone out. Focus on the online and offline spaces where your ideal customer is most likely to be. So don't go trying to find your ideal customer over at the hookah bar where you know what well enough they don't smoke and they probably over here at the conference for consultants and coaches in the convention center in the South Wing. Don't go trying to find them down the street at the hookah bar. You know where they at right now. So understanding that, by uncovering their habitat, you can develop a target marketing strategy. Think about it. You ready? Wouldn't you rather have a conversation with your ideal customer directly instead of shouting your message into that void? That was simple. That segment, that was simple. We just kept it simple for you. And this next segment, we're going to discuss crafting a perfect invitation to attract your ideal customer to convert them to loyal fans. Boom. Stay tuned. Detectives, people, the case is about to get cracked wide open. Stay tuned. All right, we back. Here we go. Let's crack it. We've identified our ideal customer and unearthed their habitat, so we know exactly who they are and where they at. Now it's time to get them the perfect invitation. Invite them. A message that will resonate deeply and turn them into raving fans of your brand, your service, your product. They want to join the community. They want to kick it with you. We want to get them there. So think about the invitation as you choose to extend a handshake, a friendly introduction that sparks conversation. When you do that, you look a man in the eye or you grasp a woman's hand and you look them in the eye, they will take you more serious than anything. All right, here's what you need to include to make this truly irresistible. Speak their language. We're not, listen, ditch that generic jargon marketing talk. Use language and terminology that your ideal customer understands and connects with. See, for years, it's always been painted the picture of you want to talk like they talk. No, they human. You can still talk consulting talk. You still talk real estate talk. You still talk dentistry talk. You can still talk fitness talk. But you ain't got to go in there all willy-nilly trying to throw out terms that you don't even understand. You feel me? You can't do that. Focus on their pain points. Remember, the detailed idea customer profile that you created, it's time to put it to work. Highlight the specifics and challenges your ideal customer faces and how your product or service you're going to provide is the perfect solution. Offer a compelling benefit. Don't just tell them what you do. Tell them how it benefits them. Don't just tell them what that product does. Tell them how it's going to help them get from inconsistent income to 10x their income. Focus on positivity. Focus on positive outcomes. Focus on letting them know that they can achieve everything that they want by working with you. And then make sure, like you really truly have to make sure that your call to action is very clear. What do you want your ideal customer to do next? Whether it's visit your website, schedule a consulting call with you, download a free resource, make your call to action as easy to follow and make sure it's clear. So check this out. I'm going to give you an example real quick before we get out of here. So check this out. Here's an example. Are you a busy entrepreneur struggling to manage your social media presence? Well, guess what? We can help. Our social media management services takes the burden off your shoulders, allowing you to focus on what you do best. Run your business, correct? All right, so download the free guide, 5 times saving social media marketing hacks for busy entrepreneurs, and discover how we can help you take your online presence to the next level. That invitation speaks directly to a specific pain point, managing their social media. Offer a clear solution, social media management services, and includes a compelling call to action. Download the free guide. Man, if you wrote all of that down, trust me, you probably just started your journey to 10x in your business. All right. So by incorporating these elements, you have crafted an invitation that not only grabs attention, but also positions you as a trusted authority figure who can solve their problems and help them achieve their goals. Boom. In a nutshell. So let's recap. The key takeaways is we identified who we wanted to work with. We defined who we wanted to work with. Then we start identifying who we wanted to work with by knowing their interests, their name, their demographics, their name, their age, their interests, where they hang at, what all they like, where they hang at online, where they hang at offline. And then we want to make sure that we send them a compelling invitation to come and join you or your team and solving the problem that they have. So by incorporating, we said that. By incorporating everything that we just said, you probably, again, will 10x your business. So we have reached the end of our investigation. By now, you should have a clear roadmap to uncover your ideal customer. We just talked about the quick recap, or if you want to do it again, guess what? We're going to do it again because it never hurts to make sure that everything is understood. Defining your ideal customer is crucial for your business growth. It allows you to focus on your marketing, create targeting messages, and develop products, services that resonate deeply to the person and your audience. Becoming the ideal customer detective, you gathered intel from existing customers, analyzed the demographic, purchase history, and motivations, then crafted a detailed ideal customer profile that includes the demographics, psychographics, pain points, and goals that you just went over. You unearth where they hang at because identifying their online and offline spaces, where they spend most of their time at. This could be the social media platforms, industry forums, conferences, network events, this could be where you're going to find these folks chilling at, right? And then you crafted an invitation that speaks directly to your ideal customers' pain points, offer them a compelling solution, and providing a clear call to action for them that encourages them to engage with your brand. So, with that being said, I hope what we did today, I hope this really helped you out. I hope this gave you some insight. I hope this helped you 10x, start your journey to 10x of your business. Identifying who you are going to serve is the best way to get from point A to point B. So I need you to do me a favor. Subscribe to the podcast. And then go tell a friend to tell a friend. But when you subscribe to the podcast, download the podcast just as well, because then you can go back and replay it and replay it and replay it. Because sometimes you're going to miss something. It's just like watching movies. I've watched Friday after next, and next Friday a billion times. But every time I watch it, I find something different that I missed. So again, I hope that what we talked about today on this episode of how to find your ideal customer, unlocking the growth potential, I hope that we gave you the value. I hope that we gave you the insights and gave you the roadmap to helping you to unlock your inconsistent income to possibly be in a six-figure business in 2024. Once again, man, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by today. I am your host, Mr. Anthony Porter. We are the Social Mojo Podcast. We out of here. Peace.